Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So this is like the fourth time that I've tried to film this video, and hopefully I can get it right this time. I had some errors with my iPhone, so I had to deal with that. This body mist over here is sitting up because I had it laying down and I realized it was leaking, so that's why I have this one sitting up like this. But I filmed a video the other day on gourmand fragrances in my collection that were really good for winter, and I wanted to include some of these fragrances as well. Some of them were in that video, but there were other fragrances that I wanted to include because they are really good for winter. However, they were not gourmand. So I decided that I would just make a separate video and do vanilla fragrances in my collection that are great for wintertime, so that I could include the other fragrances that I had wanted to talk about. So the first one is this Whipped Vanilla Fragrance Mist by Bodycology. The fragrance notes in this are creamy florals and warm vanilla. I feel like this fragrance would have been, I feel like they should have named it something that was more appropriate, because this to me does not remind me of whipped vanilla. Like when I smell of this, I don't think whipped vanilla. When I think whipped vanilla, I think of like ice cream or frosting or something like that. And that is not what this smells like. This is more of like a floral vanilla. So yeah, I don't really know why they named it that. But anyway, it's still a good fragrance. It's like I said, the fragrance notes are creamy florals and warm vanilla. I also don't really associate the vanilla in this with like a warm vanilla. It's more of like an airy light vanilla, but this is a really great body mist. This smells more like a perfume, and it almost kind of reminds me of like a higher end perfume. It just smells really delicious. And the way that I was trying to explain what it smelled like earlier, when I was saying it doesn't necessarily make me think of whipped vanilla, it makes me think of more of like a floral vanilla. It kind of smells like, to me, like if you could smell of like a vanilla flower, I feel like that's what this would smell like. Almost like a tiare flower, like kind of reminds me of that, but not the same thing. So yeah, so that's what this smells like. It's a really good vanilla. And yeah, so I'm excited to get some use out of this, because I actually have not used this one yet this winter, or since it's been cold, I don't think. So I'm excited to get some use out of this, and this is one that I definitely will continue to use through the spring, because it is a lighter vanilla. It's not heavy, it's not gourmand, and it also has that floral note in it. So yeah, so this is really good, and I really enjoy it, and I'm excited to get some good use out of it. Oh, let me sit that one up so it doesn't leak. And as I was saying earlier, when I made the video about my gourmand fragrances the other day, everyone really loved that, or it seemed like everyone did, because I got a lot of interaction on that video. So I figured y'all would enjoy this one as well. And I had said in that video that, you know, those like heavier gourmand fragrances were the ones that I was focusing on this month. So some of these, like, I haven't even used yet since it's been cold, but I will probably start to pull some of these out here pretty soon, definitely. If not this month, definitely next month. And some of these I will also continue to wear once it gets spring. So the next one I wanted to talk about in this video is Pink Vanilla Kiss by Body Fantasies. If you watched my body fantasy video that I posted the other day, then you already heard me talk about this. But this, to me, is not like a heavy vanilla. This smells more of like a sweet candy, but it does have vanilla in the title, and I believe it's supposed to primarily be about the vanilla that's in here. So I wanted to include this one for that reason. However, when I smell of this, it doesn't smell like, it's not heavy on the vanilla by any means. Like, I guess you can kind of tell that it's in there, but it's not very heavy on the vanilla. But it is a really good fragrance. It's really delicious. It's really candy-like and sweet, and you can tell that the vanilla is in there. I have a small version of this that I'm wanting to put in my project, use it up for next month. So I think what I'm planning to do is I'm going to pair that one with the other vanillas in my collection whenever I wear it, to kind of bolster the vanilla note that is in this fragrance. And I think that'll be really good together, and I'm super excited to try out some combinations with that. So yeah, so this is another really good one. I really like this, and if you have not tried it, they're usually in Walmart. Like, you can usually find this fragrance. So if you're ever in there or any other retail store, definitely pick it up and try it out. It smells so good. Okay, and then next I have Vanilla Bean Noel by Bath and Body Works. So the fragrance notes in this are fresh vanilla bean, warm caramel, sugar cookies, whipped cream, and snow-kissed musk. So this one is really good, and it's just a very like sweet gourmand vanilla, but it's not like heavily gourmand. Like, it's not super warm. It is very strong. Like, the note in here, I guess it would be like the whipped cream. That to me is very strong in this. So it's a very creamy vanilla, and I like it so much. And so yeah, so that's more like what this one smells like. It's a very creamy vanilla, very heavy on the creaminess, and it is absolutely delicious and definitely perfect for cooler weather. And like I was saying earlier, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, because like I said, I've already tried to film this like 4 or 5 times, and anyways, so I'll just, if I've already repeated it, if I'm repeating myself, just overlook it. But some of these are, I mean, these are definitely appropriate for year-round for the most part, but I typically don't reach for vanillas unless it's like cooler weather. Then I definitely get into my vanillas a lot, because that's kind of what helps me get through winter time is vanilla products. I love vanilla, especially at night. Whenever I get out of the shower, I like to put on like a vanilla lotion. And then last year and this year, I've been using this vanilla right here when I get out of the shower, and it just really helps me power through, you know, the winter time or whatever. But I was gonna say that while these are very appropriate for the winter time, and that's when I reach for them the most, a lot of these I feel like will also be very appropriate for the spring, because some of them are pretty light, and then some of them have the florals in them. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to, well, some of them I've already been using now, and then you know, continuing to use those, and then some of these other ones, getting more use out of those, especially if I haven't really used them at all or have only used them a little bit. I'm looking forward to getting use out of them here pretty soon, and then some of them continuing to use them during the springtime. So the next one that I have right here is Cozy Vanilla Bourbon by Bath and Body Works. The fragrance notes in this are warm bourbon, dark fruit, and vanilla liquor. So this is a very strong, heavy vanilla. And if you've ever smelled Midnight Amber Glow by Bath and Body Works, it's kind of similar to that, but not the same thing. This one is just like it says, Cozy Vanilla Bourbon. So it's like, it's not your like light vanilla scent. It's got the bourbon in there and the dark fruit. So, and also the vanilla liquor. So this is just like a heavier vanilla scent, but definitely perfect for, you know, colder weather, because it is cozy, as the name implies. The warmness of this and the heaviness of this definitely will give you cozy vibes when it's very cold outside. So yeah, this is perfect for winter, and it's just really delicious. So yeah, it's a good one. Next, I have Wrapped in Vanilla by Bath and Body Works. The fragrance notes in this are soft vanilla, velvet sugar, and chantilly creme. So this one right here is another vanilla it's heavy, but it's not heavy in the way that Cozy Vanilla Bourbon is. This is sort of like Vanilla Bean Noel in the sense that it has a creaminess in it that's very heavy. So this one is all about the vanilla and the creaminess. And I feel like they got, the way they listed the fragrance notes on the back, I feel like that describes the scent very well. You know, sometimes like you read the fragrance notes on the back of a mist and you're like, okay, I don't smell this or I don't smell that, but this is pretty much what it smells like. I mean, the soft vanilla and the chantilly creme, it's just a very like heavily creamy vanilla scent, and it's really good. Perfect for the winter time. And yeah, I'm excited to continue to use this while it's cold. So this next one is Fresh Vanilla Blossoms by Bath and Body Works, and the fragrance notes in this are suede petals, soft sandalwood, and vanilla bean. So this vanilla fragrance is super unique and it is so good. The first time I smelled this in stores, I couldn't really smell it that well that day, and I'm not sure why, but I smelled this later on and just fell completely in love with it, because this is, it does have the vanilla in there, but it's also got those like suede petals, and those two fragrance notes blend together so perfectly, the suede petals and the vanilla. And then you can, I guess, smell the soft sandalwood a little bit. Maybe that's part of what I'm smelling. I'm sure it is. But all of that combined together, just it just smells so good. This is a very like calming and peaceful fragrance. Is what it brings to mind when I smell of it, is just, you know, calm, peace. Like that's kind of what I feel when I smell this. But it's just really good. And it does say fresh vanilla blossoms in the title, and it says suede petals as one of the fragrance notes. But this to me does not read off as just a very floral body mist, as does the Whipped Vanilla by Bodycology does. But you do smell, or I feel like I'm smelling the suede petal notes very heavily in this, but the way it's described as suede petals is, to me, very accurate, because it's not like a light, springy, fresh, floral top scent, but it's just a different type of petal note than what you would get with your typical floral fragrance. So I do feel like the name Fresh Vanilla Blossoms is appropriate, but it's just a very different, unique fragrance. It's so good. And with that being said, I do feel like this is still very appropriate for the spring. So it's definitely one that I want to get out here pretty soon and start using more of it, and also continue to use through the spring, because I feel like it'll be very appropriate for spring, even though, you know, the way I described the floral it's different than your typical floral. But because of the type of floral it is, I do still feel like it'll be really good for spring. So this is so good. It's backup worthy, and I already have backups of this. This scent is so good that I'm not probably going to want to go the whole summer without wearing it, even though it's not something I would typically pick up a lot during the summer. But because I like this so much, I will probably try to even wear it during the summer, some like at nighttime after it cools down, because I just don't want to go that long without wearing this. It's just really good. So yeah, highly recommend that one. It's great. So then I have Bare Vanilla by Victoria's Secret, and the fragrance notes in this are whipped vanilla and soft cashmere. So this is just your typical vanilla scent. It's similar to the vanilla fragrance that I have sitting here by Body Fantasies, but not the same thing. This is like that one, but more complex. This one right here smells more like, you know, like the vanilla flavoring you used to cook with. That's kind of what this one smells like. And this one is very similar to that, but it's more complex. And that's the only way I really know how to describe it. But since I'm almost out of that one, and I've been using that one at night after my shower, I think I'm going to use this one in place of that one for a while until I purchase another one of those, and use it for that. And so yeah, so this is another good vanilla. Just a side note, I've noticed lately that after I take my shower and I use my vanilla lotion and my vanilla body mist, I also have a Fresh and Clean scented deodorant that I've been using. And I posted that combo the other day as a short. It included this one right here, this vanilla fragrance. I have noticed that whenever I do that combo, like the combination of like a more like basic vanilla scent with like a Fresh and Clean like deodorant together, it just smells so good. And because this one is very similar to that, I feel like it will definitely work for that combo. So yeah, so this is one that I will probably use for that, and I feel like it'll go really good together. And I actually had never even really used this one that much until recently. I've used this maybe once or twice, and so I want to get some use out of this one. But yeah, it's pretty good. So then I have Happy Birthday by Bath and Body Works. The scent of this fragrance is vanilla buttercream, and I actually just finished this the other day. This was in my Project Use It Up. So this one is always a repurchase for me. This smells kind of like a bakery would smell, but it's got some of that creamy vanilla-ness to it, and it's really good. They always have this in the mini, so every now and then I will get one, and then whenever it's cold, I go through one of these, and I usually just pair it with like my other vanillas or just other stuff in my collection. So yeah, it's a good one as well. And then I have this vanilla by Body Fantasies. This was also in my Body Fantasies video that I did the other day. And this one smells, like I was saying earlier, this is just a straight vanilla scent and nothing more. It smells pretty much identical to the vanilla that people have in their pantries or cupboards or whatever that they cook with. That's what this smells like. It's just vanilla. It's not super warm or super fluffy or gourmand or anything like that. It's strictly just vanilla. And this is the one that I have been using in my body care routine at nighttime. After I get out of the shower, I put on my vanilla lotion and then I put this on. I did that last year and I've been doing it this year, and it just really helps me power through the winter time whenever you know, we have that last little stretch of winter and we're trying to make it to spring. And so, yeah, so this helps me get through that time. And, cause sometimes I can have seasonal depression or just not feel like I would during the spring. And, you know, using this scent just kind of helps me, to feel more relaxed, and it just, I don't know, I just like it. And so yeah, so I've been using this one lately, like I said, when I get out of the shower as part of my body care routine. And I posted the combination that I've been doing on my in my shorts videos the other day, if you're curious about that. But yeah, I love all these vanilla fragrances. Like I said, I used to have seasonal depression really bad. It's a lot better than it used to be. But one of the things that's kind of helped me manage that and cope is finding things that I would primarily only do during the winter time and then doing those things. And there's lots of various hobbies that I have that I, you know, do that with. I try to romanticize the winter and, you know, make my hobbies winter oriented, if that makes sense. Like, do things that I would only do like during the winter time, and it really helps the winter go by a lot faster. And vanilla fragrances are part of that, especially this one right here. And again, this one is very similar to that, but more complex. So I will probably use this one after I get finished with this one. I'll probably use it at nighttime. So yeah, again, these are the vanilla fragrances in my collection. And like I said, you know, enjoying things during this time of year that I wouldn't typically enjoy as much during other times of the year, has really helped me. So yeah, so that's it. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to talk to you later. Bye-bye.